Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. Let's talk about color blocking. Some of you might know that I absolutely love color blocking. I use it for various reasons. First, I love the fabric with the print so much, I want to have it stretched across multiple makes. Very often it's one of fabric or something I got on a D-stash or it was a remnant and I have limited amount. And usually there are at least two people in my household that really love this specific print. So very often I will make something for my daughter using, for example, the front in the print, and I will use remnants for something for Chris or for me. This way, even if the fabric with the print is limited, I can stretch it across multiple makes. Second, is more cost efficient. Print fabrics, especially the ones that I love the most, which are French terries and jerseys, are usually more expensive. In some cases, they cost twice as much as the solid. So it's way more cost efficient to use a print for only a part of the make and use the solid for the rest. Color blocking is also a great way to use up those awkward remnants, not only because of the prints, but we might have some random remnants of same type fabric in various colors. It's a great idea to use color blocking patterns to create something amazing, something unique. And your scrap bin or remnant bin would be thankful to you for making up some space. And the last but not least is having fun and having creative freedom. Sometimes I feel need to just play around with fabrics and color blocking allow me for that. My tips for color blocking patterns: if you are not sure about changing the lines or style lines of the pattern, I would suggest to start with patterns that already have some interesting lines or patterns that are created for color blocking. I have a good few jumpers or hoodie patterns today that will be great for someone who is not feeling confident with color blocking but would love to give it a try. My tip number 2 is mix similar fabrics with similar fabrics, and I mean French terry with French terry, jersey with jersey. Basically try to match the weight of the fabric as much as possible, and be careful with the grain because it might distort the make in a long run. Of course, sometimes we are very limited with what we can do with our remnants. So if you are considering using few remnants cross grain, try to do whole pattern cross grain, but be mindful of stretch if you are using the pattern that's designed for stretch fabrics. Another tip that I have for color blocking is if you are using fabrics that are thicker, try to use Baraflex thread instead of overlocker and open seams flat and top stitch them. It will add great visual appeal to the style lines of your make, and it will help to remove the bulk on the seams. My next tip is about colors. Normally when I color block, I start with my main printed fabric, if I'm using printed fabric. I have a look at my remnants and I just want to match the color, one of the colors in the print to what I'm using. It's a great way to highlight the specific color in the print and make this color pop. I actually do the same thing when I choose ribbing or cuffing for my makes. By the way, what I'm wearing is very old make. I think I made it 4 years ago, probably. It's undercover hoodie by Ellie and Mac. It's retired for home use, but I'm at home today. I'm not going anywhere and I just wanted to be cozy. I absolutely love this pattern. Normally, it's not available on the Ellie and Mac website. However, when they have annual retirement sale, all the retired patterns are still available, so you can buy it on very discounted price. I absolutely love the option for color blocking, and the triangle here creates great pocket. I actually need to make one more. Another tip for color blocking: when I'm not sure whatever the colors actually go together, what I do, I put both fabrics together and I take black and white picture of the fabrics and see if they feel okay in black and white. I don't know what's about it. I know that the quilters do the same thing sometimes when they are not sure about the hues and other stuff in the quilts, but it does work for me when I'm doing color blocking. Just helps me see whatever the garment will make sense in my brain, because sometimes, even though in a first look something looks okay, it just gives me this kind of weird itch. And that would be my last tip: listen to your gut. If you think that something doesn't go, most likely it doesn't go. If you are not entirely sure, ask your sewing friend. Take a picture of both of fabrics and picture of the pattern and tell them what you are planning to make, which colors to go where. Sometimes the issue is not with the fabric combo, but how you are planning to place those fabrics on the make. Those are my top tips for making color blocking work. As mentioned, I love color blocking. I do color blocking t-shirts and jumpers and hoodies. I rarely do color blocking trousers, but majority of time the top parts of the body are where my color blocking skills shine. I thought that I will share with you a few patterns that I made and also some patterns that I'm planning to use in near future, and I mean near is 6 months for me, just to clarify, for color blocking. I split them by the company or by the group of companies because I thought that would be the easiest option. I won't be going into details about the patterns because this video would be then an hour long. First, we have So Scrappy by Ellie and Mac. This pattern comes in adult and children sizes. I made it multiple times in children sizes and only once in adult size for a friend. I absolutely love this pattern. I have to admit, first time when I made it, I didn't pin the pattern pieces to the fabric. I cut out the pattern pieces and I put my pattern to the folder with the pattern, and yeah, and I went to sew on my merry way. Um, let's say it was interesting, and I had to go back and pick all the pattern pieces and look in instruction which goes when, because if you put them the wrong way you are in trouble. But I absolutely love the fun and interesting way you can use up even smaller pieces of remnants, especially when you are making this pattern in the kid size. The second Ellie and Mac pattern I would like to recommend is Chill Tee and Hoodie. It's the pattern I use for most of hoodies I made for my husband. I rarely use color blocking version for him. However, when I have limited quantities of corresponding fabrics, I do. He is loving his chill tee and hoodie, and he actually asked me to make him couple more. I do hack my version to add kangaroo pocket instead of inseam pockets, and I changed the hood to be scuba hood instead of a normal crossover hood. The next company that I think does great color blocking patterns are Sinclair Patterns. One of the patterns that I'm planning to make soon is Millie Hoodie. It comes in variety of options. You can have a zip, or you can have it just, normal pullover jumper. You have a cowl neck, or you have the hoodie, and I think it's three-piece hoodie, and you have like a flat collar that's almost like a bomber jacket collar. So I do want to make that pattern soon. I have a few remnants of French terry in my stash that will be perfect to use in this color blocking pattern. Another pattern from Sinclair Patterns that I think would be great for color blocking is Linnea Jumper. This pattern was available a few years ago as a free pattern. There's kids version as well, and it offers a lot of variety in relation to color blocking. And on top of that, the pattern pieces are relatively small for the color blocking options, so you can use even the smaller pieces of your remnants. The third company that does great color blocking pattern is Petite Stitchery. I have two patterns on my to-do list from them that I really want to make this fall and winter season. One is Reed Raglan. I absolutely love the hoodie version with the quilted shoulder pieces. There's so many variety for that pattern. It's just amazing. And the second is Holly's Jumper. It has a V-neck, and you all know that I love a good V-neck. It has multiple lengths and variety of color blocking options. It's just very versatile pattern, and it will allow to use even smaller pieces of remnants. I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't pull out some paper patterns from my stash. So one of the patterns that I'm considering making this fall winter season is Simplicity 3035. I just absolutely love the color blocking option, and I do adore this version. I am actually considering replicating it because I like it so much. Another great option for color blocking is Burda 5828. I just adore the clean line, the kind of almost a diamond shape in front, and the hood. It comes in three different lengths, but I think I will try the cropped version. And the last paper pattern that I think I will try this fall winter season is New Look 6772. It's very simple. There is nothing complicated in this pattern. It has a drop shoulder. It is unisex pattern. I know for sure I will change the neckline because I do not like when the jumpers are coming very high here. I don't mind it with hoodies that much, but with the jumpers and t-shirts, it just bothers me. And this pattern is brilliant when you want to go matchy-matchy with your other half. Before we continue, if you like this video, please press like and consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. There's more videos coming your way. What do you think about my pattern recommendations? Do you like color blocking? Do you have any patterns that are your go-to for color blocking? I would love if you will share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Happy sewing! Bye!